A locked door, a snow-choked city, and 19 stab wounds that should have made the truth obvious, yet didn't. Inside apartment 603, Ellen Greenberg died alone, but the questions she left behind refused to stay silent. The night of January 26, 2011 began like any other winter evening in Philadelphia, cold, quiet, and heavy with a coming storm. But by the time the city was swallowed in white, a mystery had begun forming 6 floors above the ground behind the door marked 603. Inside lived 27-year-old Ellen Greenberg, a popular first-grade teacher known for her warmth, her discipline, and the calm presence she brought to her classroom. Friends said she loved routine, loved predictability. And that night, her routine put her home early. Classes canceled, roads closing, the city shutting down. Around 4:45 p.m., Ellen's fiancé, Sam, stepped out for a short gym session, leaving her alone in the apartment as the storm intensified. The hallways were almost silent. Most residents had already retreated indoors. Nothing, at least outwardly, seemed unusual. But less than an hour later, when Sam returned, something felt off. He knocked. No answer. He tried the handle. It turned, but the swing of the door stopped abruptly. The safety latch from the inside was hooked. He called Ellen's name. No response. He texted. He called again. Nothing. Outside, the storm roared against the building. Inside apartment 603, only silence. Sam forced the door open, breaking the latch, and rushed in. What he saw in the kitchen would set off one of the most debated forensic battles of the decade. Ellen lay slumped on the floor, her left hand behind her, her right gripping nothing. A kitchen knife protruded from her chest. At first glance, it looked like a single catastrophic wound, but as paramedics and investigators arrived, the reality emerged. 19 separate stab wounds, 10 to the back of her neck and head, 9 to her chest and abdomen. Some shallow, some deep. And still, nothing in the apartment appeared overturned. No signs of struggle, no footprints in the snow outside the windows, no forced entry. A locked door. The contradictions became impossible to ignore. The medical examiner's initial reaction was swift. This was a homicide. But as investigators reviewed the case, opinions shifted. With the absence of evidence pointing to another person, officials reclassified the manner of death as suicide, an explanation that stunned many who saw the wounds and devastated Ellen's parents, who believed the ruling contradicted everything they knew about their daughter. Experts were brought in. Some argued the pattern and number of wounds were inconsistent with self-infliction. Others believed the lack of defensive injuries and the secured apartment suggested no outsider was present. The case twisted into a storm of its own, a clash of forensic interpretations, legal appeals, and unanswered questions that echo through the years. But through every debate, one image remains: a quiet kitchen, a locked door, and a young woman whose final moments no one has been able to fully explain. Today, apartment 603 is just another unit in just another building. Yet the mystery of what happened to Ellen Greenberg still hangs there, in the kitchen's stillness, in the snowstorm's memory, and in the startling possibility that the truth remains hidden behind a door that only she could have locked. What happened in those final minutes remains an open question, one that continues to haunt everyone who steps into the shadows of this case.